Jessica, do you have anybody in mind you'd love if you could just make someone governor? Is there anybody you have in mind?
I don't, but I do have an interest in Chad Bianco, who is running. I think he's going to be a good subject to follow, and I'm excited to learn more about sort of his plans and him as a person and a politician. Yeah, we need somebody different, somebody with a different plan.
Yeah, I think somebody different could have a great chance to win. How would you rate Vice President Harris's chances of being the next governor if she does run? Do you think she's the front runner? Good chance, bad chance? How do you guys see that?
I think she's odds-on favorite. I think the biggest mistake that California Democrats can make is to coronate her. I think that they have to allow people to make their own decisions, whether or not they're going to get in or get out of this race on their own. So I think the biggest mistake that they could make is not giving her a primary.
But you think if she runs, she's the favorite, not just to the nomination, but to win?
I think that we haven't reached a point yet where Republicans are quote unquote dominating. I do think that if she is their candidate, that is the best chance for Republicans to win.
I agree.
Jessica Reed Price, do you find her appealing at all?
I don't know. I found her really boring and incompetent. Like I couldn't even really attack too many things because for me there was really nothing there. Is she a serious contender? Is that what we're looking at?
I don't think she's going to run myself. I think she's too indecisive. That's her big Achilles heel. I've long said she doesn't like to make tough decisions under pressure, and I think the deadline's coming up too quickly. And I think there's two things
When
that
is
she
the
decides.
deadline?
Well, she said she's going to decide by summer.
End of
And
summer, they said last
yeah,
night.
but here's the thing about Kamala Harris. I think she'd be afraid of losing, and I'm not sure she wants to spend the next 4 years in Sacramento. So it's like if you think you might lose, and if you think you don't really want the job, I just can't imagine she's going to pull the trigger and say, now I'm going to subject myself to this.
Well, as your earlier guest has proven, you don't have to spend all of your time in Sacramento.
You got to spend some.
National tour for the presidency for the last 8 years.
Yeah, but he was there for as lieutenant governor. Yeah, California governors spend a lot of time in L.A. and elsewhere, but you can't spend no time in Sacramento, and you've got to do the job, and you have to deal with the legislature. And your legislature, I wouldn't say it's the most unpleasant to deal with in America, but it's right up there.